Standing before you this morning is King of General Alvin to present MTech internal events titled Leadership Style and Work Environment as Predictors of Personal Performance in Federal Protected Libraries in North Central Nigeria. Concept of personal performance, concept of democratic leadership style, concept of autocratic leadership style, concept of laissez-faire leadership style, concept of work environment were all defined in the body of the work. Statement of the research problem. Extant literature has shown that personal performance is declining in polytechnic libraries in North Central in Nigeria, as evidenced by DAPA and ONOHA 2020, EBA 2021, and UDI 2023. Could this be attributed to poor working environment and bad leadership style of polytechnic libraries? To address this research concern, the researcher investigates the leadership style and work environment as predictors of personal performance in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. Objective of the study: 5 specific objectives guided the study. Research questions: these are the questions form of the objectives. Research hypotheses: 4 null hypotheses were formulated and tested at 0.05 level of significance. Significance of the study: the study would be of great benefit to library personnel, library management of tertiary institutions, government, donor agencies, students and researchers in the field of librarianship and related disciplines. Scope of the study: the content scope of the study was limited to leadership styles and work environment. The geographical scope was limited to federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. While the population scope comprises of 194 library personnel, librarians, library officers, and support staff. The following headings were discussed under literature review: conceptual framework, theoretical framework, reviews of empirical studies, summary of the literature review. Research methodology. Research design. The study adopted descriptive survey research design to describe the situation study. Population of the study comprises 195 library personnel, librarians, library officers, and support staff in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. No sampling, complete enumerative or census method was used due to the small number of the population. Data collection instrument was structural questionnaire. Validity of the data collected instrument was done by 2 lecturers in the Department of Library and Information Science and 2 experts in the Department of Test and Measurement, all from Federal University of Technology, MENA. Reliability of data collection instrument. The researcher administered 30 copies of the questionnaires to library personnel in Government Polytechnic Buhari, Abuja, and Niger State Polytechnic Zikiru for pilot testing using test and retest method, and the overall reliability coefficient was 0.803, indicating excellent reliability. Procedure for data collection. The researcher obtained letter of introduction from the head of the Department of Library and Information Science, LIS, Federal University of Technology, MENA, to enable the researcher administer the copies of questionnaire to the respondent in the Federal Polytechnic Libraries in North Central Nigeria. Method of data analysis. The research questions were analyzed using frequency count, percentage, means, and standard deviation, which criterion mean of 2.50 benchmark, while the non-hypotheses were tested using Sparman real correlation analysis, tested at 0.05 level of significance. Response rate. Out of 194 copies of questionnaire administered, 187 copies were retrieved and considered usable for data analysis, representing response rate of 96.4%. Research question. The level of personal performance in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria was high. This is because the aggregate mean score was 2.85, which is above the criterion mean of 2.50 benchmark. Democratic leadership style influence on personal performance was positive. This is because the aggregate mean score was 3.21, which is above the criterion mean of 2.50 benchmark. Autocratic leadership style influence on personal performance was positive. This is because the aggregate mean score was 3.23, which is above the criterion mean of 2.50 benchmark. Conclusion. The study concluded that the level of personal performance was high. Democratic leadership style influence was positive. Autocratic leadership style influence was positive. Laissez-faire leadership style influence was positive. And work environment influence was fairly positive. The physical work environment in federal protected library studies was poor, and this could hinder personal performance if not addressed soonest. Recommendation 1. The management of federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria should sustain the level of personal performance by improving the working environment and make provision for adequate electric power supply in the libraries under study. Democratic leadership style should be sustained and improved on, as long as it will help to enhance personal performance. Autocratic leadership style should be sustained and improved on, as long as it will help to enhance personal performance. Laissez-faire leadership style should be sustained and improved on, as long as it will help enhance personal performance. Contribution to knowledge. The present study will assist to improve literature on the leadership style and work environment as the because of personal performance in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria, serving as empirical evidence by students and researchers. The conceptual model of the study empirical revealed that leadership style and work environment has independently influenced personal performance in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. 3. This study discovered the high influence on personal performance against the previous studies, which could be as a result of methodology and approach adopted and added the concept of work environment. So this has closed the gap of inadequate literature as it relates to federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. Suggestion for further studies. 1. Information communication technology ICT training as determinant of library personnel productivity in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. 2. Continuous professional development and work environment as predictors of job productivity of library personnel in federal protected libraries in North Central Nigeria. 3. Correlate of workload and job stress on personal performance in federal protected libraries. Thank you for listening.
7 minutes. 7.